not every woman is worth your time.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, if you don't think someone's reliable to be a friend, you shouldn't probably put them in that position.
At all. Women or some girls do make the story up in their heads to justify their actions so that they can, do what they do without feeling too bad about it.
Dude,
stay ready, so you gotta get ready.
AP, that's it.
Welcome to AP That's It Podcast, the podcast for the good guys, by a good guy. That's here to have no BS conversations, man. Look, I'm so excited to be here, man. It's season 2. The time is here. The time has come. And I can't wait. But look, before we even get into today's conversation, because it's going to be a good one, I ain't going to lie. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Make sure to follow us on all our socials at @APDASIT __. That's at EPIDASIT __. Make sure to follow us and subscribe to our channel. We're on the road to 500 on all our platforms before the summer is done. And I know we could do it, all right? So without further ado, man, my guy.
What's going on?
What's good, man? Talk to me. How's your day, bro?
It's been good, went to work, had to drop by home, freshen up and pop out, speak the truth.
Shit, speak the truth. I like that. Oh, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man. Just for the people that don't know who you are.
I'm Kamani, known you for a while, Damn,
wow, bro.
It's moving on for each year it goes by, it's like, wow, I've known y'all for a minute.
Bro. It's been what, 7 years already?
Yeah,
since graduation?
It's just since graduation, not even counting going all the way to the start. It was like, damn.
Shit. Well, for y'all that don't know, me and Kamani, we go way back. I'm talking about high school, way back. Feel me? This is my guy. And this is my guy, feel me? And I appreciate him for coming here. And so let's dive into the topic today, man. So we're going to be talking about the whole phase. The whole phase. Now, look, we're going to break this down in 3 parts. The first part, we're going to talk about what got us to that stage, the whole phase stage. The second part is going to be how did we manage the whole phase? And then the third part is going to be the transition. And we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how we feel about being now on the other side, or if it was, how it was. So come on, go ahead and let us know what was that transition for you that got you starting your whole phase. Let me know.
Raised by women, love women, can't do wrong by women. You got to start there.
Okay,
that's the seed. So I'm not gonna act like I'm one of these. This was just went straight in.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it was like, I'm out here to be someone's boyfriend.
Exactly, for sure.
You experience a couple of casualties, we'll just call it. You just along the way, you're not really, obviously, you're just two young people. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. It just doesn't always go well.
Mm-hmm.
That can set you on a path of 2 ways.
Mm-hmm.
Either you can take that.
Mm-hmm.
Negatively, go really, really wrong with it, or you can take that positive and lead and just kind of infuse yourself with it.
For sure.
I personally did my time in high school, I'm gonna just try to be on some calm stuff. I'm trying to be on some real talk. I'm trying to not trying to swindle, no nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really go to it. I'm like, you know what? We two young people, why am I really trying to put someone in this position? Because then I'm not saying you playing yourself, but you can definitely, being a bit younger is for you to enjoy
yourself. Yeah.
Graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it was a combination of 2 things. One, obviously, you out of high school, you out of a completely different zone. You pushed into really being an adult. You got to do your own shit. I'm gonna start off. Always went to uniform schools.
Okay.
That don't really make you have a sense of style for yourself, because you go to school, you just wear a uniform. Once I get out, sense of style established. That's one.
Okay.
So obviously people who like the way I dress gonna actually see me now instead of, showing up in scrubs every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Step 2, you gotta just kind of be on your own. It's not like I'm going to college with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of get a bit more of a chance to expand your horizons, expand who you want to be, because you want to mature, you get more decisions, get more free time.
For sure.
In the infusion of all that, I'm not going to say mad people bought into the hype, but it was one of those things where I got out and that was just I don't know what the fuck that was, but this is a completely different type of vibe.
Now you're in the real world. You feel
Real
me?
talk.
So you could call this. So you could kind of sort of say that your whole phase started right when you graduated high school. Damn, man, you making me feel bad.
Oh,
You making me feel bad,
You know
man.
what? You see your man's having fun. You're like, maybe that's gonna be me. I'm chilling for now.
Okay, well, gee, mine. I had three things that happened to me that pushed me towards the whole thing. You feel me? Just like you, I wasn't always. I had a fairy tale type of love. You feel me? I wanted the LeBron James kind of love.
Oh yeah, you know.
I found my boo in high school. You feel me? We go through college. We get married. And we stick together. But you know, I'm not 6 feet with a future in basketball career. You know, I'm short. Feel me? And yeah. So first situation was this girl that I really. I chased this girl, bro.
Oh,
I chased her, bro.
oh my gosh.
And then I finally got her. 2 months in, it all failed. You know why? That's because our bro, he used to talk to this girl, but they broke up. And then it was this situation that really taught me to stay out of people's relationships. So I was the guy who, whenever the bro would fuck up or whenever the bro is not doing what he's supposed to do, they would come to me like, yo, what's up with you and your bro?
Oh my gosh.
So I was that guy. So this how the girl did it, right? So we was all in the group chat. She came to me on the side. She was like, yo, your bro is bugging. And I'm like, what happened? So she told me what happened. And then she was like, what would you do in this situation? So I said my piece, what I would do. Shorty took what I said, manipulated it, and dropped it in the chat and said, quote for word, quote for quote. She said, at least your bro know what he would have done with me. I'm like,
don't throw me under the bus like that.
So then,
I did not say all that.
So then the girl that I was with, that I was chasing for 2 months, she took that and ran with it. She was like, wow, so you really went after your bro's ex? Wow, why didn't you tell me that if you wanted her? I'm like, I didn't do shit.
It's crazy how you can say one thing, and then by the time it hits the public, it's just like,
it's a whole other thing. Feel me? So that was the first situation, but I was still hopeful on love.
Of course.
Feel me? Then the second situation happened. You know, I'm sleeping. I wake up at 8 o'clock, the chat blown up. Niggas like, yo, you ain't see what your girl posted? You ain't see what your girl posted? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you're going her face. I think you know who exactly what I'm talking about.
I was like, oh yeah, that's
yeah. And then everybody's like, yo, I'm like, yo, I don't see anything on the page. Second word. This is the second time I'm trying love again. This was, I believe, 9th grade, going in 10th grade, I believe. And yeah, so she cheated on me with her best friend, man. Seen them pictures online, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's sitting on his lap. Y'all know them little pictures where they holding hands and they take the picture on the back. Seen all that shit, you know. And it was tough. So still a good guy, still hopeful on love. That's 2. 3 was the last straw. 3 was right after high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This one, I was in a relationship. And then the thing is, with this specific girl, the dad didn't like me. The dad didn't like me. And so he did the sabotaging that he needed to.
It really doesn't help when that the environment isn't like vital to it growing. Because it's like these people have a lot of effect. I mean, like,
exactly.
To a point, because obviously, you know, we're adults, we'll do what we want, but after a while, you're like, let me try to like hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Feel me? So then, man, yeah. So she told me straight up, she was like, yo, if my dad don't give you my hand,
it's not really gonna. Okay.
You feel me? So then I had to end that. So it was 3 instances in my life, right? 3 different scenarios, 3 different parts of my life where I'm like, I'm still a good guy that's hopeful on love, but every time I was willing to give love a try, it backfired.
You know, I'll be real with you.
What's up?
Because this just came back to my mind, but this is kind of a testament to like the relevancy of like kind of that person in a sense. High school wasn't the last time I tried. That was college. You meet someone and then you're like, you know, I'm gonna break a rule and just see how you kind of play out.
For sure.
Gallivanting, games, shenanigans, nothing of the sort that I want to do. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. So I understand where you're coming from. Like, it takes a couple of strikes for you to get there where you're like, you know, I'm cool off this.
You feel me? So it was that time. It was that time where, so those 3 because me, I always give everything 3 chances. So those 3, after that, I went down a rabbit hole, man. I went down a rabbit hole. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm trying to live out here with love. Nobody trying to accept my love. So now I guarded up. Feel me? And I became on this. I don't want anything. I just want to vibe. I'm focused on my future. And that was what started my whole, quote unquote
Shift.
whole phase.
Get what
Yeah,
you
my
mean.
whole shift. But now we're in the whole shift, right? We're in the whole phase. How did that develop? Like, how did that manage for you? Because my whole phase, yeah.
It was keeping it real. It was mad complicated because you know me. I'm not like this big flashy like grabbing attention dude. Like I'm actually trying to go on my way to not really bring too much attention.
Yeah.
But it's like you picking me out a crowd and I'm not really like I'm not gonna run, but it's like, damn, I don't even know where this is coming from. It's like piece by piece, but it's mostly like college experiences where I'm like just on campus, I'm standing around, I'm walking around, someone goes, you really will just be mind your peace, waking up, thanking God, just taking a rest, and then someone will look at you and go, you know what, it's about to be a fun week.
See, that's the thing with college. I never got to experience it. So, because you went away for college, right?
I went away after. I stayed for a bit, but even while I was here, it was
happening too?
Yeah, because like I was, which is weird because like CUNY schools are not like that.
CUNY schools is not like that, bro.
They really are. You can go to the same class possibly with someone 4 years. You will not speak to them
at all.
Beat after class. You go home immediately. But I would say being on campus, completely different vibes. You know one of them is that one.
Oh, that boy.
Trails, but
sure.
You go up there and you just kind of testing the vibe, you testing the waters, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say they don't shoot here, but since they on campus, you have full access to your own room. You have full, like, you're in complete autonomy of yourself. Girls would just be like, nah, I'm running down every time, just running down.
So they just on a hunt.
On the hunt. Not just as much as the niggas. Niggas, they are no better than men. I promise you. They are no better than men. I promise. Shoot. Bless their souls. The stories I heard on that campus, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, and I promise you that.
Oh, wow. Damn.
But they like,
well, they do. Shit. So then how was that experience for you, bro? Like, coming from an environment where it's like you was never like looking for it, but now that it came to you,
it was a rush. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it was obviously like, because you just kind of having fun. You just kind of like obviously I'm not with every one of these girls, but like I'm kind of just just having an experience. I'm just talking to you.
We vibing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you like talking to me, I like talking to you. And you have interesting shit to say. I'm not mad at talking to you. Sometimes, they don't have interesting to say. I'm back off. But that is also another thing. I feel like my whole haze definitely allowed me to kind of understand the filters I gotta have.
Yes.
Yes. Obviously, you meeting mad women, but not every woman is worth your time.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, oh no, you're mad pretty, but like. And let me start off with actually not debuffing her. Let me start that. You don't like me. Let's start off there. You don't like me. You like the way I look. You think I'm cool. You don't really, day to day, you don't want to deal with this because you don't, I don't think you know what you think you're signing up for. Same thing that niggas be trying to do with girls. Yeah. She mad bad. And it's like, you don't like when she really like talk for more than 10 minutes. I don't think this is a good idea.
And that's the thing. I seen a quote and it said, a lot of people like the idea of being with you, but they don't really want to be with you.
And I'll say for a fact, I understand the idea of that because I've been a victim of doing shit like that in high school or even in college. I'm not going to hold you. But it takes a level of maturity and kind of understanding what it is to know someone for you to go, am I fantasizing this or is this like a real thing? Yeah. Because then with the strain of meeting these shorties, you can kind of put a blockade of, nah, you're mad cool. Not my girl.
But that's that.
You're dead not gonna become a girl though. And there's no disrespect. Like, it's not even, promise you. Don't even got a problem with you.
At all.
Wouldn't make you go all the way there with me.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that I realized during the phase. It's like I met a lot of good girls, but you're just not the good girl for me. It's not in a mean way. You feel me? It's not in a mean way at all.
Genuine, bro. Like, you didn't do anything
At
wrong.
all. At all.
It's just not.
It's
not my time. It's not my time.
It's not my time. But shit. All right, dude. But damn, my whole phase, like I said, it started like that. But me, I was wilding because I came from Haiti. So the women there versus the women here are like two different type of women. Feel me? And I came here when I was 10. So what I was developing in Haiti don't really work here. And it's like you said, you was raised by, well, I was raised by women, quote unquote, because my brother and sister came here. So I was the only child here. So all I know is women. I had a maid, women. When I got to church, women was taking care of me because my mom had to do stuff at church.
Exactly.
When I went to school, women. Because my mom's name was big on campus. So they're like, oh, you're the son of.
Yeah. I
you know? So all I was around is women. So when Rye was like, yo, remember, I don't know if you remember that in the chat when he was like, yo, your life always revolve around women, bro. You always get cool with the women first set up the guys. And I'm like, yo, bro, it's not my fault.
It's instant. It's not even, you're not trying to, it's just your natural mode. It's like, I've been around them. I know how to talk to them. I know how to treat them. It's just, it's not, you're not trying to be, you're not going out your way for this. It's just, they see me. They like being around me. Let me say
that's what it is. Exactly. And then, exactly. So that's what it was. So, man, I remember when I transitioned from like, you know, saving myself, because I felt like nobody really needed my love or wanted my love, because I was like, when I was in my shielding days, you feel me? And I was learning the game. When I was learning the game, you remember those days? Like I used to hit these niggas up in the chat like, yo, what do I say here?
Oh my God.
Like, yo, what do I say here? Like,
no, and especially, I'll say this. After being through the fucking war itself, you don't know what to say until you in certain situations. Like, I never thought I would have to answer a question like this.
Facts.
What are you asking me right now?
Facts. You really don't know. So then it's like, it was at that moment when I started to learn a little bit about the game. It was at that moment when I really fell deep into this shit. I remember, bro, at a certain time, I had like 7 girls on rotation, bro. For 3 months. Ask me how I did it. I don't know.
I was about to say, like, that's so...
I don't know.
I'm not really I've never been like a multi, like, at the top, worst 4. Worst, because I'm like, also like, it takes a certain amount of energy and also like introvert.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say nonchalance has become a red flag or just a negative, but it's like, it's not like I don't care. I mean, like, I'm just withdrawn a bit. I'm just gonna keep a calm mentality, which will also lead, especially in situationships or situations in like that. Yeah. Oh, you want a reaction? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna give you that right now. I'm not even trying to play with you. You just not. That's not what I'm trying. That's
laid back.
Exactly. So now, that's especially like, what I would say is like the fuse that set it off. It would be, I'm not fiending. I'm just like cool with you, which is kind of forcing you to make a decision about me rather than me make something about you.
Exactly.
And then now we in a position where you're like, well, I want this. And I'm like, I never said a word about that.
Yo. And it's crazy that you say that, because it's a situation that I used to find myself in a lot, because it's like I said, after the 7, it got too much for me. But throughout that whole time period, it showed me how to handle different type of, women's emotions and shit like that. So
because not everyone is like,
it's the same.
Like, it's like, oh, there are sensitivities here. I'm like, yeah. Oh, I mean, like, I didn't think that was an issue. Okay, let's put that away. Yeah. Or just instant, or I'm like, well, you just don't give a fuck at all, do you?
Yeah. So I had to maneuver through all that. So then that's when it got too much for me, and then I cut it down to 3. But so when I did that experience, and I cut it down to 3. Now the 3 that I picked wasn't just anybody. Now it was started to be 3 quality wise for me, because now I started to understand exactly how to move.
Mhm.
So it was like, okay, y'all 3, y'all got to be able to teach me something.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, teach me something instead of just us vibing.
Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong, love a good vibe, but for you to be making it like, for me to mention your name to like niggas, it's like anything past, oh, I'm inviting them.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be teaching or bringing a part of me that I didn't know was there. Because it's like, when I was in that phase, I'm not going to discount those actions as me. It was a completely other nigga. I'm not
completely
going.
different.
It was a completely different man from who I am now. But that was a part of me where this element was allowed to really thrive.
Yeah.
That shift only happening when I'm ready for it, or like I see there's a reason to. Because I'm not going to lie.
Hey, you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. How come you watching this right now and I know you're enjoying it, but you're not subscribed? Go ahead and do me that favor. We're on the road to 500 subs. Make sure you go ahead and like and definitely subscribe to us and follow us on all our socials at @EPIDASIT__. That's at EPIDASIT__. We're trying to get 500 subs, followers on all our platforms before the end of the summer. Now, go back and enjoy the episode.
I'm going to get to that in a bit, but like, you tighten up for when you feel like you should be tightening up.
Exactly. That's a fact. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because like I said, like you also said, when you mentioned that they would want certain stuff out of you, but then it's like, that's not what you said. That was, like I said, that was a situation I was to find myself in a lot, because it went from, listen, this is how we start. Because me, I'm heavy on titles. So whatever you say we are in the beginning, I'm going to hold you to that shit.
Understandable.
You feel me? I'm going to hold you to this. So if you say, yo, you my bro, you my friend, we bros and we friends.
Yo,
you feel me?
That's fair game.
That's it. But look, now this is where it gets fucked up, because Fung, he put this shit in my head. He put this quote in my head, and ever since then I applied it to my life, which was so fucked up. Me, when I meet a girl, like I never automatically think about them as in like I want to fuck. That's never anything in my intention. But nigga Fung was like, yo, I'm not gay. If a girl throw it at me, I'ma catch it.
You know, as a nigga who has known him for long enough, we're not gonna go too deep on this, but like, there's a saga behind this nigga. Like, just he affects people who are around him,
Yo.
and I won't lie, I've learned about myself as a nigga from kind of interacting
Even with him, bro.
because it's like, oh no, because
Like,
same way you were heavy on titles, I am. At times when I was younger, maybe it would have came off awkward, but I've kind of perfected this. I'm a lawyer. I'm a straight up lawyer. We gonna set these terms out
straight up,
and then we gonna sign it. But I'm not gonna bamboozle you. None of that fuck shit. I don't like being a liar. I don't like hurting women. I don't like being associated with that act of, like, imagine a girl coming to you hurt, like, oh, you did this. I don't like that, even whether I'm responsible or not.
At all.
Because I don't want you to like end up like that. So I've even at times been like socially responsible. Like, I don't think you know what you're doing. I'm gonna leave you alone first. Carrying that responsibility around,
it's hard, bro.
It's hard, and then you go, oh hell no, I can't be lying. I'm not going.
Yeah.
Because when you see, because then it comes, I'm not taking everything that comes at me. I've said no avidly during college a couple of times, and I won't lie. That lands you in some even weirder situations, and that's even another portion of why I am where I am now versus then. Because niggas who quote shit like that lead to women who do certain things.
Yeah.
Because I have been like, I've been groped at a party. Like, real shit. Like, not to get too shit. Like shorties just kind of think like, oh, as a dude, you just cool with anything because you a nigga.
Yeah.
But like, or they'll be like running you down in ways where it's like, if I was a man and I was doing this to you,
you wouldn't like that
I would
shit
be
at all.
off campus. I would be off campus. I would be jumped. I would be out of here.
Yeah.
You can't be. But like,
and man, and that's the crazy thing, because like you said, like they will do certain things, and then after that, you do certain things, And then if they do it, it's a whole nother thing.
It's cold.
It's a whole nother issue.
It's like, what are you mad at? What do you mean? What am I mad at?
But that's the thing. The thing with women is they can't take rejection.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm surprised you even said no. You said no a couple of times on campus, and that ended you. I'm pretty sure it's because you said no.
Like the reaction you get when you kind of put them in that position, you go, oh nah.
Yeah.
Like, I won't lie. When girls say like they scared to say no to dudes, I believe them because like certain dudes are like scary.
It's some crazy niggas.
And I'm like, yo, if you could hurt me, I don't know if you wouldn't hurt me right now, low key. Yeah. You just I don't see you as a physical threat. The most you can do is like throw an attitude or be like manipulative, but like I don't know, you pushing on the kind of way like I would be afraid if you could do something to me.
Yeah.
So it's crazy when you have to say, and I won't lie, that it really opened my mind because I'm like, well, a woman wouldn't understand what it's like to say no all the time. So I shouldn't be facing this problem. You meet them, you're like, oh nah.
Yeah, it's a whole different human being when you say no to a woman, bro. But yeah, like that whole phase, man. That whole phase, it's yeah.
It's a time. It's a time of learning. It's a time of experience. It can be both fun and unfun because I'm not gonna lie. Then there's other sides of it. Why didn't you say you were entangled with someone? We don't even say you're full. Yeah. It's like you didn't say anything. It's a bunch of you don't know you don't always know who you're getting involved with, which is then the next piece of it. I like, because I heard this in a Big Sean song. I like having like confidence when I'm getting like tested. I don't gotta be worrying about shit like that no more. Yeah. You like, if something came up, it would be genuinely out of the blue. Take me out my life. So it's just like it's a bunch of stuff you just get to avoid now. You just like cool off that.
Yeah, man. So okay, so you said you reached a point where you're like, you don't want to do this shit no more. So what was that specific point for you when you like, yo, I had enough of this shit?
It was a combination of two things. It was both an event that just pissed me off to no end and an event that brought me happiness to no end.
It's always an event.
I won't go too deep on this, but it was like I was on campus and long story short, saw the shorty I wanted. Started kind of making the moves towards it. Didn't really make it going far.
Which one?
They was like, we can be cool. We can be friends. I'm like, all right, cool. They start doing things that I don't feel like is like cohesive to keeping. And here's like a very vital part. You don't owe anyone anything. There are definitely things cohesive to keeping a friendship in a certain place and not. If you don't think someone's reliable to be a friend, you shouldn't probably put them in that position.
At all.
You're moving in a way where I'm like, this isn't how you would act towards a friend, but I'm gonna cool it. I see someone of their company. I'm a fan of them a bit, but I don't make any moves. They make a move on me. I get in trouble for a move being made on me. I go, oh, right, wait a minute. Let's just settle down here.
Wait, so she got mad at you because her company made a move on you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Now, what I found out was they definitely made it seem like I was making it first. Well, I'm like, I ain't even hit them up, but y'all got your own shit. Another person of their company also made the move, and I'm like,
they're trying to trap you, my brother.
And then a third person, and I'm like, you know what? At this point, if your friends are more interested in me than you, I need to be kind of conducting myself in a manner where it's like, because whole time you have like genuine romantic or real interests like that you're allowed to have a right to. You don't. You have a completely different life outside of me. So let me just do my business with how I am. And all of those things stacking on each other with the stress of it kind of seeming like it's supposed to be my fault or I'm responsible for. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm cool off this. And then it was that.
You said it made you happy.
I'm just, to this day, we really don't know how I think it was either Twitter or Instagram. I'm just scrolling. I just swipe up on a story.
Oh, swipe up on the story.
I was just started talking to this girl, start shooting. She's not really getting much back. I'm just shooting it. And then she posted this story where she was like, she showed the flags where she was from. It was Guyana and Jamaica. I won't lie. I'm a simple man. I have simple weaknesses. And I was like,
what's the weakness, bro?
I was like, damn, you from Guyana and Jamaica? She was like, yeah. And I'm wasting time because like the flags are in the bio. I'm just asking shit to ask shit.
Of course.
And started talking occasionally, and I'm like, nah, she's dead mad cool. And over time, I was like, nah, she's mad cool. This is weird.
You just know as the guy.
Yeah, you just kind of, you're like,
yeah,
this is getting and I started. I remember one time, I think I just posted something random, and she responded in a way where she was kind of like, I'm not saying a certain dominance, but kind of like being like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah. And I'll be honest, I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to most of the time? But I was like, maybe you're right. Maybe it's time. I think you're genuine. Like, I don't need to be doing this no more. And then you just kind of find actual values you can fuck with, like a vibe where you're not. Because that's another thing I used to deal with. Great aesthetic, not always a great vibe. Like, you may like the way I look. I'm a chill person. Be on the game. I'm not an argumentative person.
To be honest.
There's a lot of things that like people think are natural that are not they're not going to find with me. So they'll come asking that, and I'll be like, but no, I didn't. Like, don't get me wrong. You can change for the people you want if you really want to, but that's not really... You shouldn't always have to change certain parts of you, especially if that's like if
that's your identity.
Exactly. It's an integral part of your identity at that point. I don't feel like I got to be changing dramatic parts of me like that I didn't know would just be cool with immediately. It's just like, nah, it's just a vibe. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this shit. I'm done with this shit. So, took off the jersey.
They said took off the jersey.
Just had to put it in the frame and then
put it in the frame and hang it up, man. Wow.
Just look at it and you're like, well,
good times. Damn. Okay. So,
but then I'll say this one more thing. You start seeing people that you used to think, oh, I want you so bad.
You want something with and then it's like,
and they got a kid, and you're like, oh, nah.
That was a little bit specific, my brother.
No,
they got a kid.
Not even everyone, but it's like,
you know who got a kid that pissed me off? Little Mermaid.
Oh, wait, what? Yeah.
Yo, no, I used to.
No, sometimes those things will. Once again, this is genuinely a shout out to all happy families and relationships. That's not what I mean. I mean in the sense of knowing I'm not ready for that. So I would have been wasting your time, or you would have been wasting mine at that point. Because you're at somewhere. I don't think I can do that. I'm gonna be real. I think I'll be a great father.
For sure. Great dads.
23, not the year. 23 is not the year.
At all.
It's not the...
Sheesh. So my transition, I had two transitions. First one was October 2021.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
2021 for me too. I'm not gonna...
Oh, shit. Okay. 2021, October 2021, man. Like you said, you just know. And once it just happens, it lands on your lap, you just know. But just like my boy, just like brother Rick said. Just like my boy Rick said, he said like humans are creatures of habits. So my thing was, I had this mindset of, when the relationship comes, I'm gonna get ready for it, or when it gets here, I'm gonna get ready for it. While it should have been, I'm already ready. Like the quote that's like, stay ready, so you gotta get ready. Yeah. So I should have been doing that. So that's why they say that it's really important the way you treat your single season, because that's exactly how you gonna maneuver, or whatever you water in your single season is what you're gonna water when you're in your relationship. Definitely. So that's why it's important in your single season to maneuver correctly. So while that was my first transition, I dead dropped everybody. Like I dropped everybody, bro.
Yo,
that October.
You start to realize like, wow, I don't need to use Instagram. Like I don't know what was I talking on this app? Oh yeah.
Like, it was a situation where like, whoa, yeah, nah, you making me do things I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I'm like, all right. And the thing is, I'm doing these things because I want to.
Yeah.
Not because it's
I don't feel like it's a drag.
Yeah.
chaining me down, putting in a car. I was like, nah, this is a nice place.
This is a nice place to be. Feel me? So then, boom, that happened. But like I said, humans are creatures of habits. So I was having a constant battle. The constant battle was between my heart and my mind. So my heart, which was the me that I was hiding, he was like, yo, bro, just
lock in.
Lock in, bro. Give it a try. Just do it. You feel me? But my mind is like, yo, you got shit going on, bro. Single. What you do? Chill. You got your purpose, So it was a whole battle for the whole year until the man above seen that I couldn't do it anymore. You feel me? And then he's like, all right, bro, your time is up. And then an event occurred to me in December. You know what I'm saying? Granted, like you said, the event, I wish it ain't come with all the pain. But I'm glad it happened. It happened because now it made me free. In what sense did I mean it made me free? You know how hard it is, bro, to have different women and to having to bring them out. You got to go on the other side of the whole world so that you wouldn't get caught.
I can only imagine, because it's like, I can't let you meet each other.
Yeah, like
you can't know. There are certain phobias I didn't have to deal with because it's like, okay, it's gonna sound fucked up, and I don't want it to.
It's fucked up.
Prior to my girl, didn't go on dates.
Oh, now you fucked up, bro.
Shit. I would hang out with people, but I was not going on what I felt were dates. That was dead me getting that. If I met, that was me getting to know you or getting to hang out, but that wasn't what I would call a date until I got with my girl. So that also means, why would I post you? Why would I be, not that I'm not ashamed to be seen with you, because someone can be seen with me. It just is what it is. Someone can be seen with you. That's also another thing. Some people are not, when they're in that phase, they're really selfish or really self-conscious. Are you doing something? Oh, okay. Someone else? Someone else to you. It's none of your business. I'm not,
feel me?
I'm not telling you about her.
You're not obligated to say that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but you free to do you, I'm free to do me. Not the problem is when you stop doing you and think me just goes away. It's like, well, no, that wasn't in the contract. It's not what we signed.
Exactly. You feel me?
So I can definitely imagine that sounds
tiring,
OD, especially because you are at events, man, yourself.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be,
it's hard, bro.
And both from the perspective of being in the whole phase and not, when you just even the man's to it, you just just imagine being in a party, you
yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna just
could imagine, bro.
What's your name? Your name is
bro.
Okay, can't fuck it up for my bro, because I can't say the wrong name
at all,
because then he's getting heat. But God forbid other shorty shows up. Now we gotta just leave,
bro. And it's not even that. The thing is too, it was very tiring because I had to not only be friends with them, but I had to be friends with their entourage. So now I have not only to watch out for their friends, but I gotta watch out for the entourage.
And
feel me? And it's a lot, bro.
It was a lot. If you see your man shorty, it might even take you a second to really recognize, oh, that's his shorty, or oh, that's, and it might take you a second to fully click in. Girls,
off the rip,
free FBI information off the rip. It's just I happen to be in this one odd part of New York, and you wouldn't believe who I saw in there. It was your man. It's whoa,
relax.
It's it's many niggas who look like that. You don't even know if it's him.
So yeah, man. So I was finally free of all of that shit when the situation happened, because it's now I don't have to do all these shits. It was to a certain point, bro. I remember this one girl way back. I was doing this shit for so long. I think I was in this game for 7-8 years, bro. Damn. Yeah, I was doing this shit for a while, to the point where I started to give them the rundown, and it would happen exactly like that. This going girl, she was talking nice to me. I'm like, all right, cool. I told her shit. I'm like, this is exactly how this is gonna go. Word for word. I'm like, this is exactly how this is gonna go. We're gonna start talking for 1 to 2 months. We're gonna go out probably once or twice. By the 3rd month, you're gonna like me. And then by the fourth month, we either gonna stop talking because you like me too much and you see I'm not on that type of timing, or you're gonna get over it and we're actually mad cool.
Mhm.
She's like, no, it's not gonna happen that. We'll see. I'm like, okay, cool. 3rd month happens. I get a text from the friend. I get a text from her friend. The friend's gonna go, so what's up with you and her? Like, what you mean? And I'm like, what you mean? She's like, yeah, I want to make sure you're not playing her. Immediately, I went back to her.
You know,
I'm like,
can't really play with you if there's nothing to play
there's
with.
nothing to play with. So I immediately went to her. I'm like, yo, why your friends hate me? I'm talking
I
about
thought we were
what's
having
up
a
with
play
you?
date, if anything. I don't know. This was really.
Yo. So then I'm like, yo, what's up with you and your friends? Text me like, what's up? I'm like, I thought I told you. She's like, yeah, I know. I told them not to say anything, blah, blah. I was like, so it's true. You do like me. She's like, yeah. I'm like, huh.
It's almost like I warned you.
I did.
Who could have possibly
Saying that, right?
Only a prop.
How would I know, right? How would you know? So it's like, you know, it was a lot, bro. It was a lot.
It's amazing how many times you can like instill into someone, no, I know better than you. Please trust me on this. What, to the point where it's like, to the point where it's even like, I've had an experience where like started texting this shorty. We're texting. She clearly says, "Oh, what she wants." I'm like, "Oh, nah." I'm gonna be real with you. It's not even the kind of nigga I'm right now. And then I was like, you know what? You should probably stop texting me. I'm dead not a good guy for you. And I dead don't be saying like it as blatantly. Oh, I'm like, I'm dead not a good guy for you. Word for word. Who said I want a good guy?
Yo,
and I just had to pause. Like
Here's the thing, though. The thing that I realized is that a lot of the times, girls like that, they make stories up in their minds to justify the actions that they do so that they don't feel too bad about it.
Completely. Because imagine you telling me that you're plotting on me and it's gonna work after I told you, no, please save your plot. This is gonna backfire.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this with you.
It's crazy. It's crazy that happened to me because it literally something like similar happened, right? I don't know how many times I have to reiterate the same shit. So I went out with this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm doing shit, I genuinely, like I said, I don't go to these girls to try to like get in their pants. Like that's never my intentions. I don't do that shit. Like I just genuinely want to see who you are.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
You not saying it's only to benefit you, but you genuinely benefit off of just speaking to
you, like
to
a human being,
yeah,
bro.
Like just so many great experiences.
Yeah.
And like that is a big blockade. A lot of niggas just can't get
do
past.
that, bro. Because all they see is the ass and whatever, and they're like,
It's like, yo, I
like,
know you
stop
don't
it.
care, but like she could dead teach you to be like
a better person, bro.
OD.
Or she could just really be a cool ass person.
Yo.
Niggas don't know that because they just so focused on I gotta get in the pants. I gotta
So
get
like
in the
that
pants.
could be your best homie for life, and
To
you
be
just
honest.
squander yourself out of it for some box.
For some box. And that's thank goodness you went there. Please, fellas, I'm telling y'all right now, don't risk your relationship with your friend. Don't risk your friendship or risk some box, bro. Like sex actually ruins friendships. Like it is an actual thing. Like it's not that many strong women out here that can finish having sex with you and then they say, you know, it's
something
hard.
shit. She don't even have sex with you. Woman just starts viewing you at any different way. The rest of the friendship is different because you just nobody can help the way they kind of imprint those kinds of things onto you because it's like, oh well, now she likes you. It's gonna be a little weird now.
It's gonna be weird, and that's the thing, bro. It's like women, these girls. It's like as soon as they tell you they like you, they expect you to be like, "Oh, you like me?
Yeah, I'm right on board. I'm right on fucking board." It's like, oh, I've been waiting for this. It's my shot, coach.
My whole life, I've been waiting for this.
Meanwhile, you just staring at your phone like,
what the heck? What's going on?
I didn't really want this responsibility.
Real talk, I be real sure. I'm like,
are you sure?
Yeah, remember, like I told you, that's what I'm looking for right now. Like we vibing, remember? Like, you know, that's not the vibes right now, right?
I think it genuinely, after speaking to them, does come from it comes from your positions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are constantly used to just everybody just trying to run at you, you don't know how to not think in that mindset. Because obviously they're in the place they are, that we're in the place we are. So most women would assume it's like, oh well, no, it's a grace for me to, even give you the chance. And then some dudes are like, I didn't even write a ticket for this. I don't know how I run this lottery. I mean, what's the prize?
I didn't even apply for this position,
Real
man.
talk. I be like, and then you get dudes who show up there and like, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's calm.
Nice.
Kind of like that. My last job better,
Like, you getting specific there. But nah, for real though. And back to the story before I forget. So I remember I had went and I told her, I'm like, we went out and then I told her, I'm like, yo, like, did you have fun? She was like, yeah, I had fun on this date. And then I'm like, did you enjoy this date? I'm like, yeah, I had fun on this friend date. And then she was, I had to make sure I add that there. I'm like, friends go on dates, right? So yeah, this was a cool friend date. And then she was like, oh, so this was a date. I'm like, yeah, a friend date. Like,
you rarely get to see women be the dense person on, like, it's just like, this is what that was. And it's like,
no, that's not what it was at all. So that's when I realized, I'm like, yo, so in her head, maybe she didn't want to go on the date. But in her head, she had to make it be like, oh, so this is a date because, he probably interested. Mm-hmm. So this is a date and shit. I'm like, that's not what it was at all. And in another instance where a situation happened where this girl was like, yo, you never go out with me. And she was like, you never FaceTime me and shit. And then I'm like, I'm going to give it a buck. I'm a person that don't play with my sleep, bro. Mm-hmm. Soon as it hits 10, 11 o'clock, if my head touched that pillow, I'm gone.
No, I'm not going to lie. It did fry me because I think I had to shoot you a text back. And I saw the silent mode on both. Like, and I was like, oh,
bro, I am gone. So it's like, I know myself. So if I'm on FaceTime with you, right, and I fall asleep, this is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to see, oh, he falling asleep. I should hang up, but I'm not going to hang up, It's going to be cute in the morning when we wake up. And it's going to be like, oh, we fell asleep on the phone together type shit. While me, I'm going to wake up the next day and be like, oh, fuck. Like, oh, shit, I didn't hang up. Like, no phone so high. Yeah, like, and it's like, damn. So that's what I'm like. Also, women or some girls do make the story up in their heads to justify their actions so that they can, do what they do without feeling too bad about it.
And I'm not going. Let me make this because I'm not trying to backtrack, but like, because it's not something only women do. Dudes do.
For sure.
Dudes be like, oh, I'm definitely gonna be, and you just be there like, I'll tell you, I don't see that happening, but we'll see that how this rocks. But like, it's completely different, at least from my perspective, because when dudes fixate, they kind of like plan around it and keep trying to move at it. Mm-hmm. A girl will dead tell you when you're not following her plan, and that's super crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're not doing that thing I planned for month 2, and I'm like, that doesn't sound very commodity of me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really.
Very commodity of me.
That doesn't seem like it's anything you could have inferred from a minute, hour, day, week with me. Mm-hmm. You should not have seen these actions coming
at all. And that's a lot of times too. And it's fake our fault because a lot of times women jump the gun, and it's because it's us. We don't set up straight. Most men don't set the girls straight on what it is. And if they do, the women just ignore it at the end of the day.
And and it's amazing to me. I'm glad you said that specifically because each time I have a failure, I try to learn from that immediately and try to like correct that. Mm-hmm. It only took me hurting one person, like genuinely accidentally, for me to go, I'm going to take every route I can to not do that. So you wouldn't believe the frustration where I'm like, I could have sworn I said everything as clearly, as truthfully, as plainly as possible. And you can look me in my face and go, nah, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
It's like, you think I don't know me?
You feel me?
You're not. And it's not disappointing, but it's like, damn, I don't even got ill will towards you. I hope you find someone who does what you want.
For sure.
It's just dead not gonna be me.
It can't be me. It's just not gonna be me.
It can't be me. Not this time.
Not this. All right, so look. So now we're in that point where it's like, okay, boom. You've been there, you've done that. You're on the other side now. AKA he's taken, I believe you in a relationship for how long now?
It's about to be 3 years.
About to be 3 years, yes, sir. And me, I'm thriving in my singleness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? So how is it for you? I'm gonna explain my side, but how is it for you now that you're on the other side? Right now, how are you thriving right now?
It's feeling amazing
Mhm.
in a multitude of facets. I'll say you wake up pretty peacefully. You don't got to worry about, oh, I got to juggle or you just,
A lot of good morning texts.
a lot of good morning sexes, a lot of good nights. You get a sense of peace.
Yeah.
Depending on your partner, obviously, but that's what I like aim for. Like I like a very nice life. I like a peaceful, like
Very nice.
serene. You don't deal with a lot of the bullshit because you just get to go, I'm not participating in that anymore. I'm not.
Mhm.
An uptake in just, now I'm not gonna say the quality of life. I would definitely say I strive to be a good man.
For
She
sure.
definitely makes me strive to want to be better as well.
As
like
it should
outside
be.
of that.
As it should
Where it's
be.
just like, nah, I don't want to do this, or like it brings out parts of me I didn't realize were there. And even like I feel comfortable enough to just be a very nurturing person. Cause it's not like I haven't been a loving person before, but I always felt like I need to put this wall because it's like every time I've let people pass this point, people play with
They
me.
would, yeah, never
Can't even do that. So you know what? You don't get compassion, but up to a certain point, I get to give you the full like experience now. Along with that, you do get to view the world in a completely different sense.
Yeah.
And I'd say that mostly faceted towards things like general social interactions, but more than that, the internet.
Yeah. Internet is a big thing
I don't really post on Instagram
at all.
too much. I think the last picture I posted was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Maybe or so. Above that, I'm not attracted to anything. I'm not really looking for anything. I'm not hitting people up OD. So it's just like, that's gone. Don't feel the need to just stretch out to certain things. And then even just kind of interacting with people, you like, sometimes you would have a goal in the back of your head. Now you're just like, I'm just here, just a regular conversation.
Because you already got who you want at home. So there's really
Exactly.
no need to
And I will say,
do too much.
due to that, you do also end in this weird position where you're like, this is an uncomfortable amount of like pressure sometimes from like women as well. Because I'll be honest, in the general space, you do kind of like your girl enlightens you to things where you're like, oh no, she wants parts. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's every nigga.
And
the
then
girls always see. It's like, this girl wants you. And like,
it's just like, it's like I could be her son. It's like, that doesn't matter. No, legit shit. I never perceived, like, obviously, there's some older niggas who be trying to deal with girls our age. You just know they out there. Even though you obviously know cougars exist, it never turns in your head, oh, that could really be something you dealing with. Or even just simply walking through.
Wait, hold on. You be having cougars hit you, bro?
No, not online, but like I've had older women hit on me in real life, of course.
Oh, this nigga pimp.
Chill.
Oh,
But nah, it's like
man.
it's real. I mean, like I won't lie. Like the older I get, the closer it kind of comes to that more so, especially because like, remember the first time it happened was like I was in BMCC and I was like, the fuck just happened when I got home? But you'll just kind of be moving through and you'll be like, the confidence you hold in yourself because you're like, oh, I already got what I want. Like I really don't need to be moving like that for y'all. And even just kind of, I won't say you gain value from your partner, but obviously your partner's with you for a reason. And it also clued me in, your girl understands why she wants you. So she can see the potential of why other people would too. So then you also reflect that in the sense of going, oh, you know what? This value is for you. But I understand what you mean when you say this is what they want.
Yeah.
Because
Didn't you see about that? My boy was like, yo, women are opportunists, bro.
Yo.
Like, they see when you're doing better. They know when you're doing better. So they gon' hop on the chance, any chance they got.
The rhetoric has always been, niggas this, niggas that. No. Niggas do a lot, but it's not just them. It's dead not just them. Because as I said, there's certain things on Buff campus I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I promise you. I promise you. You did what? With who? Nah. I'm Gooch.
Yeah. Okay. So then, all right. So that's your
It's
So
a
that's
timeline.
that's your timeline, Swimmy. So you're now, like you said, you've went from, the instance of that part of your life, and then you talk about how you mangled your little whole phase, and then now you're happy in a 3 years about to be a 3 years relationship. Okay, before we get into the you giving some tips on how to do that transition better, I guess I should give how I'm doing in my thriving in my singleness. You feel me? So after my situation, my event, we're gonna put it event. So after my event, a lot of things became clear to me, because you never realized how fucked up you was going until you out of there.
Yo,
You feel me? Until you out of there, you don't realize how fucked you are. So during the whole January and February, it was my reflection month. Like, I really sat down and journaled every interaction I've ever had, what I did wrong. Because what I realized is, a lot of time, if you ask somebody, like, what happened to you in your last decision, or what happened in your last situation, if they automatically start blaming the other person, they didn't really heal from that situation.
It's still hurting because he's like, they did this. It's like, all right,
like, what
all
did
right.
you do? Because every reaction is actional. How does it go?
Every action
has equal reaction. So it's like, me now, in any situation that I do, I always bring myself, because at the end of the day, I'm the man. So in order for something to have gone wrong, it had to start from me. You feel me? So I took that time, 2 months, bro. It took me 2 months to go through 7 years of files, 7, 8 years of files to really sit down, and was like, I told myself real talk, I'm like, yo, I used to be bugging out here. Like, I really used to be bugging out here. Not even in a bad.
There's nothing more like making a man of you than looking at something you did as a boy and going,
that's
the fuck out. Because like, even just like, shout out to other pods as well. You see like 40-year-old men like talk about, I was 19. Yeah, nah, never again. I could have died. Like, not even like, it's just simple things like, oh, like a bit of emotional turmoil. Nah, niggas is looking back like, nah, the thing I did for that, you could never do again. Playing with yourself.
So that reflection really gave me a different hindsight, and so now that's why now, situation caused me, pain, like I said, and pain, when you go through certain pain, it forces you to change. Feel me? I believe Maxwell, this famous guy, he was like, there's 4 reasons why people change. It's you get motivated to change, you get inspired to change, you want to change, but the change that is really significant is a change after a deep hurt, and deep pain. So once that had happened, took the 2 months, did my reflections, and then I just now only focus. Like, there's just certain shit I'll never do again. Bro.
Yo, real talk. Like,
there's just certain shit I'll never do again. Like, bro, one major thing I'll never do again that I'm dead holding to marriage, bro, is sex, bro. Like, sex has such a strong connection to like, definitely. You real life start sharing demons with the other person you with.
You have to be so careful, and it's such a slippery slope, and you don't even realize it, because it comes on multiple fronts. Because like, let's say you do believe in spirituality, you do share and tether. Let me not say necessarily always tether. You share your spirit with someone at some point when you do that with them. So you can't go unchanged after that. But then, even just from like, I'm a psych major, psychological standpoint, you hang around enough, let me not say crazy like in a discriminatory way, but like, you hang around people with enough demons, you don't pick up one of your own, or like, you're gonna kind of lock into the way they think a bit too. And I agree with you, where I'm like, I'm happily in what I am, and God forbid this didn't go well. There's just certain shit could never catch me. Could never catch me doing it. Like, there's certain people I've met where I'm like, that's
crazy. And the thing also is, because you've been through that change, you really also start to realize how broken people are, bro.
Yo.
And how ignorant and how not self-aware they are to that fact.
Because like, obviously, I don't think I'm perfect. I'm still a flawed man myself. For sure. But within that, I know a decent facet of my flaws and how to carry them, and kind of how to deal with them, because obviously there are certain things I got a chip on my shoulder about, that if I have to deal with my, still to this day, when I deal with my relationship, I have to take that off of my shoulder, because it's not hers to deal with.
Exactly.
So when you meet people and you go, oh nah, you wasn't angry at me, you was
Something
angry at
else.
like 6 niggas ago. This is a completely different person. And that's not even like shooting it on them. Like, this is like, you angry at the nigga who hurt you in 7th grade.
You feel me? So and then now you get a trigger, and then now you putting all that shit on.
It's like,
yeah,
it's
like,
to this day, I remember. It's like, oh, you texting other bitches. That was him. That's not me. That was him. That's not even me. This was years ago. I don't know who it was.
Oh my gosh, yo, this happened to me. This girl, she just got out of a situation, and then first thing she said when she got out of the situation, she was like, "I don't trust niggas." Off the rip, I'm like,
nigga. You don't trust
Off the rip, I was like, yeah, nah, ain't shit that could happen between us.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna deal with that.
I don't. That's the next thing. I'm glad you said that. I would not have the energy to it. Like, I don't. I go out of my way to create a good environment, and I mean not just on my front, like down to even like, you've been to a couple of like the shit that I throw, like
For sure.
home parties. I don't like where niggas there. I don't like where shorties there. I don't like certain elements of certain things being brought or being associated with me.
Yeah.
So I am also not fighting to prove I'm not the villain of your story. I cannot. You got.
That's yo.
And don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't got compassion for you. I know what happened to you was rough, and like, that's not to be taken away from you. But you kind of gotta heal before, or someone has the patience for you.
Somebody. Yep.
It's because I won't discount anybody. Someone has the room to love you as you are. It's if you really want to put them through all that is, because like shit, you can go through like the most traumatic. You can find the most traumatized person. There is someone willing to love you
through all that. Yeah.
It also comes on that person, and this is not like, once again, you can't control what hits you. It also takes that same person to go, oh, this person is really trying. What you can control, you can dial back down.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not going to say, like, if you, like, hypothetically, let's say you did get cheated every single time you got in a relationship, I'm not going to think that you're not going to have some demons following you.
Of course.
You also got to be careful how you walk that path. Because I've seen places where people go, oh, I'm going to be extra vigilant, which causes them to find super sneaky partners. Or people who go, I don't want to know a thing, which causes them to find partners that just do anything. And it's like, you gotta find your right path along that.
Yeah. And it's crazy. I'm glad that you said that, is because before realization, before everything came clear, I was afraid to be the villain in anybody's story. You feel me? Because it's like, yo, man, listen, bro, I used to self-sabotage to the point where, because I used to be so like, damn, I don't want to be the one to tell her I don't like her like this, bro.
Yo.
And then I don't know how she gonna react. You know, she gonna want to clip thing, but then you're really cool. But then it's like, damn, I gotta tell you I don't like you. So I used to be like, okay, I'm just not gonna do certain things so that you could come to me and tell me, hey, yeah, you know, this not gonna work out. Then I'm like, yes, we could be cool though. I don't know. Of course, I'm not gonna say yes in front of her, but it's like, you know, oh damn, I'm sorry, I felt like that too. But hey, we could be cool though, you know, high in the buys and keep shit cool. But it's like, after a while, you realize that, yo, listen, I'll be the villain in your story only because if I'm the villain in your story and it helps you grow,
yo, you get to move on. You don't get to leave me alone.
You feel me? Like,
you don't gotta turn.
Go.
Don't be like, that nigga wasted a year. Nah, they got a month out of me. You have not spoken to me since. You've been happy since.
There we
Just
go.
cut it off there
And keep it like that.
I'm a chapter in your book, maybe a sentence max. There's nothing really to talk about here.
Sentence max.
But I understand the point of what you say though, because like, I have heard that as a common tactic amongst men in general, where it's like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
But I will definitely say, I think that has to do with the way we perceive and process emotions versus how women do as well. Because it's hard for you to look someone in the face and go, it's not my fault you feel like this.
Mhm.
You don't want to just dismiss it, but at the same time, you're like, I don't want to just dismiss it because obviously you do fuck with them, so you want to take some responsibility. But then you also go, I didn't really do that.
Yeah, like it's not my fault that
The only responsibility I feel like I have taken is understanding you dead can't control how you feel. Because there have been like shit, even in high school. I liked someone that I considered what was my best friend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was genuinely like infatuation. Like I'm old enough to understand that was just me being a boy, just kind of like you lock in. Sometimes you don't know how to lock out. But what I will say is, she wasn't responsible for me catching feelings on her.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Within that same weight, I can't hold her. Like you do have responsibility to if you know someone likes you. Like you don't have to like them back. You don't even really gotta indulge them too much, but you have to actually deal with those emotions. Like it would be irresponsible. Like let's say I know a girl likes me, and I just keep like, oh yeah, I'll just let you do anything and keep letting you do things and keep doing things with you that make you think you're gonna become my girl.
Yeah,
that's mad crazy. Because like, and I think there's a lot of empathy lacked on both sides.
Yeah,
dudes, just think of it like this. I know some of you have had someone that you thought, oh, I'm definitely gonna get to beat. And you put so much time in. And for some reason, you really fixated and told yourself this is gonna happen. And shit, they even did things and said things that made you visualize it. And then you got to point B and you went, damn, none of that ever happened
at all.
Don't do that to my fault. Don't do that to other people.
Yeah.
Don't do that to anyone. You don't want to be anyone's waste of time. And also, that's the next thing. I assume this for you as well. I don't like people having malice towards me
at all,
especially a woman. Because like if it's a nigga, handle it how you
about the niggas, bro.
If you gotta be with me, you really you. But come on,
yo,
I'm not trying to. I don't want you. I don't want no. Because like, I'm not gonna say I'm a woman's man, but like obviously they find like a security and safety in me, which means I've heard so many stories about grim reapers of niggas. I don't want to ever be a story of anybody.
Bro, exactly. Like I want to be, bro. Like I want to be a villain. Like I said, I don't mind being a villain if it helps you grow, but I don't want to be a grim reaper.
Yeah, it's like,
you feel me? Like you just said.
Because no, sometimes you talk to a girl, you're like, did he do anything, or he just not like it didn't work out? Because that's one thing. It's like, oh, you the villain of her story. It's like, oh, he didn't become what I want him to.
Yeah.
But it's like, so you slept with who in her room? Nah, bro. You lucky you didn't get lined. You like, you hear things you like, and then you even kind of question, how did you let this happen?
Yeah, bro. Sure. I heard a couple of those. How do you let that shit? How do you let that shit happen? But nah, man. Yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah, I used to not want to not have malice against me again, but then that also led me to be a people pleaser and shit. Oh, why not just people pleaser, woman pleaser? Not sound even more crazy. People pleaser. Let's leave it at that.
I understand.
You see what I'm trying to say, though.
Like you trying not to like step on anybody's toes.
Yeah.
And the process to kind of like I'm carrying a lot.
Exactly, and it started to be too much. That's why I'm saying like once that situation happened, it's good because it freed me from all of that. Because now it's like okay, you know what's up at that whatever, you know what's up. But like the crazy thing is though, that ain't changed shit. If anything, it straightens the whole thing where it's like, oh, because what happened in the event, I'm not going to talk too much about it. What happened in the event, I was broadcast in a way. So now I got this kind of like tag on me. That ain't really me. Like I said, I control the narrative. So you can say whatever the fuck you want. I know what's up. You feel me? I know what's up. Yeah. So it was broadcast the way, but I never spoke. Because me, I'm not a person that put my shit on social media. Yeah. I'm not a person that puts my shit out here in the first place.
Yeah.
Like if you really got to be on the inside, So the fact that I never said anything publicly, and I've kept my peace. I just didn't say anything because I didn't feel the need to.
Yeah.
Certain women seen that. They're like, yo, damn, this happened and he didn't say anything? I mean, he the type of nigga that could hold shit down without, having to talk. Like he not a talking type of nigga. So because that happened, bro, realistically, it straightens.
It's so many facets that are supposed to not go well,
Not-
that lead
yeah.
into something else. It's like, oh, you can hold it down. It's like, I mean, like, yeah, but I mean, I'm not here for all the drama.
All that shit for me. So then I'm like, So then, okay, cool, no problem. So then at the same time, it's like I'm over that phase now.
Yeah.
So it's like what used to entertain me before doesn't anymore, because now I see it for what it is, bro. A lot of the old let's just vibe and shit. It's because nobody wanted to take any responsibility.
Yo.
Feel me?
It was I can admit to that as well. It's easier and it's a lot less of a responsibility if you, because that's also another portion of why honesty was there. It's kind of now on you to make your decision, because I'm giving you every bit of facts. If you still make a bad decision, it does make me feel a little bit less bad, because it's like I tried to like lead you to what you should kind of be able to pick.
Exactly. So now tips and tricks for some quick tips, if you have any, for anybody that wants to follow your path, which is to leave the lifestyle, actually go and be with somebody that they want and have a prosperous, relationships. What would some of the tips that you would give for that?
I'm not gonna say stay off the internet, but it's so much easier to stay away.
For real.
No, it's so crazy because like we grew up with the internet and like it's a vital tool. But I meet so many people, and I say this all the time: touch grass when you need to, every chance you get. Because some people are always online. Some people don't really have a good sense of self outside of it.
Yep.
But the one thing worse than any of that is what you'll read and you'll go, "That's not a real person, right?"
Yo.
'Cause I won't lie. Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, IG, any place where they have think
people
pieces
say, bro.
and paragraphs, I'm not gonna lie. You got to just leave that alone, because you'll see too many. You got to be with someone who's gonna be wanting to be with you on your morals.
Yeah.
That also means you kind of got to keep an open mind. And sometimes if you just let online take the first step, you'll really just think the world is ruined. And that's on both ends. Women will think, these niggas ain't shit. Everybody's doing dirt, all this shit. You just got a bunch of loud, bad versions of people.
Yeah.
Same thing for women. It's a bunch of dudes who think, oh no, she don't want me for this.
She want me for my money. But nigga, you broke. Nobody will put you. Nigga, niggas will watch for your bread, bro.
It's super crazy.
Like what?
You got 13-year-old incels. How are you an incel? You shouldn't be getting pussy yet
At all.
Like, I know you sound bad about this, but you shouldn't be 13 saying fuck bitches. All bitches are done to me.
Get money,
yo,
bro. Like your parents is taking care of you, bro.
Like next year will be your first year. You can work on a job with that green slip. You gotta
relax.
Slowing down on the internet. I will also say, taking the time to really know people, and I mean that on the sense of, I was someone who did this as well. Act uncomfortable or deal with uncomfortable conversations, because sometimes you need to be on the same point of someone. Because I'll be honest, same thing as what I spoke about earlier.
Yeah,
a lot of, and this is from me as like a psychologist, not as a man, not as a person. There's a lot of children who exist whose parents didn't get to have a proper conversation before they got here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of loving and budding families that I'm seeing get born now, where I'm like, oh, I'm happy to see you have a child. I'm happy to see you keep growing and all that shit. And then there's somewhere I'm like, I'm going to talk to you in like 15 years. I'm going to talk to your son or daughter in like 15. Because I'm going to have to, they're going to pop in my office and I'm like, you okay?
Want to talk about it?
You want to talk about it. So you need to have conversations about a lot, both in terms of how you want to raise them, if you want them, and then even outside of the whole children thing, you need to know you two are on the same pace. Because I've seen so many times, like for example, we were talking about like these securities and all that stuff earlier. There's a lot of people who are okay with certain things. You got to go deep. You got to go date them. There's people will die on a cliff trying to make their man or woman the woman or man that they wanted, instead of just
insane finding the person.
Find them or be alone. Just figure it out.
I'm glad you mentioned that. And I know. So it's crazy that you said that, because it's literally, there's a person for whoever that you want. Like, that's why this whole, for example, the 50-50 talk. There are people that's like, oh, I don't want my man, I want my man to pay all the bills. Then go find you that man.
Yeah.
But then there's guys that's like, oh, I want my woman to help me pay the bills. You will find you that woman. Like, there's literally a person that you looking for that you will find.
I'm starting to think it's a human thing of I want what I want and I don't want anybody to fuck it up the way I want it. Because realistically, you can't. It comes down to but I want that model of the thing to do.
Yeah.
It's like
You can't do that.
I want an Xbox that plays Spider-Man. That's not what you're getting, man. I'm sorry, that's not what we're getting this year. It's not coming along.
That's PlayStation exclusive, man.
It's exclusive. You're not getting that with this model here.
Yeah, that's
And-
facts.
Some people don't want to bite the bullet and kind of accept, oh, you got to take one. Everybody wants it their way.
Yeah.
People love saying, oh, the other side is delusional. Nah, it's you too.
It's you too. It's both sides, bro. Both sides are lost, man. Sheesh. Well, y'all heard it. Tips for him is get off social media, basically. You know what I'm saying? Once you make that transition from your whole phase and trying to really do and be better, get off social media. And also get to know people for who they are. Get to know your friends, get to know your partner. All of that is very important. I guess what I would say for me, tips and tricks is once you've transitioned, get to know yourself. Like get to really know who you are. Because once you know who you are, then you'll be able to know who you are compatible with and who you have a true connection with.
Definitely.
You feel me? And that's very important. Shit.
Just mad dudes out here. Oh, stop going to parties. It's not gonna happen. She loves to be outside.
So find you somebody that
Wants to be inside.
It's so simple.
People could make it so simple, but they just choose not to. They're like, nah, I want it my way.
It's that simple. Feel me? But hey, shit. Oh, I hope somebody caught a few things. I think we're gonna change a few lives with this.
I hope so.
I hope so, man. Shit, Kamani, I'm glad you came through, my guy.
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate you for coming through. There's a segment of the podcast where you could give a shout out to anybody or any business or anyone that you want. So it's that time for you to do your thing.
Copy. You mind if I pull out my phone?
Go ahead,
quick?
bro.
My fault. I just need to. I'm gonna just shoot out a couple of ads. I got a couple of mans who really, on that creative.
The creative mindset. Okay, go ahead.
Drop a couple.
Shit,
of
why you look for them? I'm gonna give mine. Shout out to me. Shout out to me for being, you know what I'm saying, getting my degree and hanging up my jersey. Yes, sir. I framed up my jersey. Shout out to me and shout out to all the guys that's making the transition too. You feel me? And yeah. Go ahead, my boy.
Thanks, man. All right, so let me run through this. All right, so I'm gonna start off with. Let me just tap that. My fault. I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'm gonna shout out my boy Savon, great artist. He be doing he's done cover art. He does drawings. He does animation. His Instagram drawn regular spelling of drawn by SAA.
Copy.
Want to shout out Elvis. And also
My boy Serrero. Yes, sir.
Dropped his
Tape
his
just
pro-
came out.
dropped
Feel
his
me?
tape.
Going crazy.
Been bumping that. Just want to make sure I put that out. Want to shout out my boy Danny. Want to
Okay.
shout out my boy Barry. Want to shout out my boy Chance. Let me try to get the IGs real quick so I can just shout that out real quick.
Oh, you can tell them. You can send them to me. I'll put them on the editor.
Alright, copy. Thank you. I want to shout out
Just
my
list
boy
the whole
Joe.
basketball team.
My-
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a creative myself per se. I gotta do a couple of things. It's so disorganized knowing so many people who do so much stuff and you fuck with it all because you're like, wow, it's like this is kind of all the content I'm gonna be taking in for the next couple of years. I kind of just gotta get ready for it.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I got you with the pods. I got
Appreciate that,
it's
my guy.
everywhere, man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
man.
Appreciate that. Well, sheesh, bro. Once again, I appreciate you for stopping by. Hope people could take a few lessons here, and we spoke about a lot of things, and I hope you guys can really sit down and listen and really
Shout out my boy
do what
Monty.
they need to. Shout out my boy.
My fault. No, I was like, I need to
All-star
say
team?
more. Well, I'm like, no, I can't leave here.
Can't leave anybody out before they like, yo, you ain't give me a shout out, man. It's all right, man. Listen, I'm gonna put all y'all informations. I got my editor gonna handle all that.
Copy. Thank you.
Feel me? Of course, you already know we're on the road to that 500 followers, subs. Make sure you guys get us to 500 on all our platforms before the end of the summer. I know it could be done. So make sure you guys comment your thought down below, and of course subscribe and make sure to follow us on all our socials at @EPIDASIT at EPIDASIT __. And I'm gonna see you in the next one.
AP.sit.